I'm going to discuss a little bit about what was talked about with the special education teacher involving the similarities and differences of literacy and how they're taught in class. As you can see, there are obviously distinct differences between the general education, which is in this box here, and the special education that's in this box here. For general education, they tend to focus more on whole class novels where they're all taught. They're all kind of all taught at the same time, at the same rate. They focus on deeper analysis and evaluating of the novels. This teacher that teaches high school in this building uses a lot of literature circles to teach, and they don't spend, it makes sense, but they don't spend a whole bunch of time working on foundational skills, and they use similar book levels for the classroom. So every book that's kind of in the classroom is geared towards a rather limited book level. There's not a huge variation. In special education, which is in this box over here on the right, they will focus more on foundational skills. Not that that's only what they focus on, but they will touch on decoding and fluency and those types of things because the readers need it more. They also focus more on the comprehension of a text, not so much worrying about the deeper analysis of it. They do touch on that, but them understanding what's happening first and foremost is more important for special education. Obviously, they have more individualized attention. It just kind of comes with the numbers, and they can help more with simple questions of what's going on. Again, the whole class teaching of reading focuses on comprehension, same type of thing. The teaching is more focused on understanding and comprehension, and if the kids can understand that, then they can move into the deeper analysis of it, as opposed to general education tends to just they start off at assuming that the kids will kind of get it. There's also a variety of book levels available because there is a wider range of abilities. They have more of a variety there. For nonfiction, they teach nonfiction strategies explicitly, looking at titles and headings and how to kind of read the vocabulary that's on the side. If it's given, they explicitly teach how to use that. They're actually similar in quite a few ways. They both understand the importance of setting a purpose for reading, which I think is a great thing that they both understand that. It's Kelly Gallagher talked about that in his book, that having that purpose is a big thing. Same thing, Kelly Gallagher again says it again and again and again, to build background knowledge that really improves comprehension. They both base their units on themes. For speaking and listening, they have students read in front of the class formally and informally. Informally is just kind of get them used to it, and formally is to kind of assess where they are more. They both like to give choice, especially in nonfiction reading. They focus on, when they're teaching nonfiction, their main focus is on how does this affect you, and how does it, and kind of teaching the empathy of what people went through, and they connect it back to the students a lot. And they also they both do this, especially in nonfiction, if they're teaching a unit or a theme, They provide a certain number of books that all touch on that theme, such as the Holocaust or freedom or slavery or whatever it is their unit or theme is. The students can kind of choose a book within that theme to get something out of it. So this teacher has a lot of communication with the high school teacher, the special education teacher. So it's understandable that they do a lot of things similarly, and they really kind of make a concerted effort. For as to how to create more similarities, the communication was stressed to me again and again and again, that the issues arise most often when communication is lacking, and knowing what each side is doing allows teachers to make decisions accurately. They know what students are struggling, they know what they're struggling with, what they need help on. They both know kind of what each other is doing, which helps them kind of create a similar type curriculum. The special education teacher would also, to create more similarities, would like to add more literature circles into the, this says general education, it's supposed to say special education. We'll change that real quick. They'd like to change more, she'd like to add more, I'll get this, just wait a second. Special education, that's what this is supposed to say, into the special education classroom. She said she believes it's a valuable tool for the students to use different reading strategies and to practice different skills, so they get to focus on one individual kind of reading strategy at a time, but they don't really get that opportunity as much in special education. And so to do that, they think she would like just having more reading material available to allow the kids the chance to do that. Right now, there's not enough lower level reading books that also are part of the same themes that she would she really can't do it as much as she would like, and to do her own kind of set of it. And she believes that there needs to be more explicit teaching of nonfiction strategies in the general education classroom. She teaches it in special ed, but she believes, she said that she thinks we need more of it in the general ed classroom, and I also believe we probably need more of it in the general ed classroom. So these strategies don't really come naturally to students to look at titles and headings and the charts and graphs and all that stuff. They kind of overlook it. So I think in order we could take that from special education, especially in nonfiction. Thank you for listening.